Hi guys, Vampire94 here. This will be the second part of my Q&A video. So I haven't made videos for some time here on YouTube. I'll leave that for an update video that I'll be uploading pretty soon after this. Or making pretty soon after this, I should say. This will be the second part of my Q&A video. On my previous Q&A video, which I'll now be naming, Q&A Part 1, a user called Pit90 asked me a series of questions, saying if I ever make another video, could you answer these questions for me? Here's some more for you. So I'm making this video basically to answer his questions. I'm pretty sure that the Pit90 is a he. I'm sorry if Pit90 if you're a girl. Sorry, but he or she asked me quite a few questions. So this will be the video answering them. So the first question that Pip90 asked is, which do you prefer, Insomniac or Nimrod by Green Day? For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Green Day, and Nimrod and Insomniac are two albums by Green Day. Honestly, I'd probably have to go for Nimrod. Insomniac is a good album, and it has one of my favourite songs on it, Walking Contradiction and Stuck With Me, two of my favourites from that album. But Nimrod has one of my top favourite Green Day songs, which is Nice Guys Finish Last. What else is on that? Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. And I'd probably have to say that, I'd have to give it extra marks for the song. One of my personal favourites again, King for a Day. There's a lot more songs on Nimrod I preferred. Not that I don't prefer a lot of songs on Insomniac, it's just that a lot of the ones on Nimrod, quite a few of them, there's more ones on that I really like than Insomniac, but Insomniac is still a great album. So that's that one. What is your favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger film? Good question. I like quite a few Arnold Schwarzenegger films. I do like things like Kindergarten Cop. I do quite like a few, and Commando and Predator. Terminator is a really good one. I mean, honestly, it's hard for me to pick between, because these are two of my top films. But Predator and Terminator. I quite like Kindergarten Cop. But if I had to really pick, I'd probably have to go for Terminator 2: Judgment Day. One of my favourite films ever made, with Predator not far behind. So Terminator 2, that's been my personal favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger film, but he's made quite a few films, some of them are funny and that, but Terminator 2, closely followed by Predator. Have you ever seen the Hellraiser films? If so, what do you think of them? I have seen the Hellraiser films, at least as many as I can in this country. For those of you who don't know, I quite like the first one. The first one was great, and the second one. Third is right. Fourth is my least favourite. Bloodlines is my least favourite. And I actually thought Inferno wasn't as bad as some people say it is. It's not a bad film, in my opinion, at all. It's better than the fourth one, and it's better than the third one. Doesn't quite stand up to the first two. Hellraiser, and then Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. Hellraiser, Hellbound, yeah, that's the second one. So better than the third one, Hell on Earth, and it's a hell of a lot better than the fourth one, Bloodlines. So Inferno's good. I say I've watched as many as I can in this country because Hellraiser, for some reason, Hellraiser films that came after that, some may consider it a blessing. But Hellraiser's Hellseeker, Deader, and Hellworld aren't available here in the UK. For some strange reason, the DVDs aren't available for sale here in the UK. I'd like to watch Hellseeker. One friend of mine said it's alright, and it's fairly good. So I'd like to watch Hellseeker, give it a try. But I'm not that much interested in watching either Deader or Hellworld, because I've heard they're terrible. But and that new one I'm not really interested in seeing either, so the one I've seen, pretty good, except for that Bloodlines one. The third one's alright, but, you know. But overall, first two and Inferno are great. I wish they would allow at least Hellseeker to be released in this country, though. I would have to import it probably from the Dutch copy, because that's the Region 2 version. When watching zombie movies, do you prefer the quick sprinting zombies or the slow, dumb ones? Well, I suppose the classic zombies are the ones that are slow moving, and the more recent zombies are ones that can sprint. I like the classic zombies, mostly because those zombies can attack, but those zombies mostly attack in like large numbers. That's mostly their thing, but you can run away from them. The sprinting zombies can, you know, chase you until you wear out, basically, and then they jump on you and tear you to bits. So, I suppose the sprinting ones are more frightening and more terrifying for modern audiences. I like traditional ones, though. You know, like the ones that, these are the ones that are in like the Romero movies. The Romero really likes the slow-moving traditional zombies. But in the remake of Dawn of the Dead, they have sprinting zombies, which I think are much more scarier today. So I'd probably have to say I like traditional zombies, but I'd probably have to say the sprinting zombies because they're the more terrifying, I suppose. But I love the traditional ones, especially in Day of the Dead. That's my favourite zombie film. Have you ever seen a ghost? Or ever seen something that you couldn't explain? I have, actually. There's something I haven't been able to explain. It may sound crazy to some people, but this is something I really had not been able to explain. I don't really believe in ghosts. I don't really believe in ghosts or the paranormal, really. But I can't explain this one. Really, I couldn't. I was laying here in my bed. This was years ago. I was about 14 years old, about 14, 15. And I was laying in my bed. It was early in the morning. I wasn't on anything. I wasn't on any medication. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't on any drugs or medication or anything. Don't take any of that stuff. I wasn't on any medication for anything that could cause hallucinations or anything. And I certainly wasn't asleep. I'd just woken up in the morning. And I'll probably show you in a minute where this happened. But I was laying here on my bed and I was facing this way. I was facing the wall. The wall's right next to my bed. I was facing the wall, and I then rolled over to look into the main room, and I'm trying to do it, hold it steady. But around here, this area here, from right here by the door, between the door and this wall, there was a figure. I saw an image of a figure standing on the area of the floor, between the door and that wall, in that like little square area between that door and that wall where they've got those two Spider-Man posters. Yeah, I saw this figure standing there, and it was like a person. It was like if you drew the outline of a human being on paper in chalk, just an outline, not detailed faces, not true detail, like the outline of a nose and a mouth and eyes. That's pretty much what I saw. I freaked out. I closed my eyes and I turned over again to face the wall. I was freaked out. And then when I turned back again, it had gone. It just vanished into thin air. But it scared me. It was like a figure, and from what I saw, it looked like a woman in kind of Victorian clothes. There's a big dress, and she was just looking at me. I've never been able to explain it. I wasn't asleep. I wasn't on any medication. I wasn't taking anything that could account for any hallucination. I've never had it happened before then, and it's never happened since. So, I hope those answers your questions, but that is something that really, to this day, I have not been able to explain in any way scientific. I've not been able to explain it. If any of you can help me find a scientific or whatever reason for this, because I don't really believe in ghosts. I find it strange, and yet I saw this thing, and it was like blew my mind, and I'm like, what the heck was that? But it was around there, and there was a person. It was a physical person, but they had no pupils in their eyes. It was really creepy. But they just stood there like a statue, almost perfectly still. Never has it happened before, and it's never happened since. So, I hope this answers your questions, Pip90. That's the second part of my Q&A. I'll be uploading an update. I'll be uploading an update pretty soon, telling you exactly what I've been doing over the last couple of months. And I'll also be making a special video about my trip to the first autumn Collectomania event in Milton Keynes. So, see you guys. Rock on. And I will see you all later. Bye bye.